The preparations for the historic inter-Korean event kept President Moon Jae-in busier than ever, but his work has only just begun. From the Washington-Pyongyang meeting to the G7 summit and the second round of inter-Korean talks, there's little time to slow down or take it easy. We turn to our Park Hee-jun for a look ahead of the hectic schedule.
Friday's inter-Korean summit was only the beginning of the diplomatic process of securing peace on the Korean Peninsula. President Moon now has a series of summits coming up with various parties involved in affairs related to the Korean Peninsula lasting through the end of the year. First off, in the beginning of May, the leaders of South Korea, China, and Japan will hold a three-way summit in Tokyo. President Moon is expected to share the results of the inter-Korean talks and ask for the two nations' support in efforts for peace. That will be followed by a meeting between South Korea and the United States, mostly to discuss ways to ensure the success of President Trump's summit with Kim Jong-un. It seems now the Trump-Kim summit will happen sooner than expected in late May, after Trump said last weekend that he'll be meeting with Kim in 3 to 4 weeks. Chinese media have also been reporting that President Xi Jinping will visit Pyongyang after the Trump-Kim talks, but it's still unclear whether that will really happen. The month of June will see a meeting between the leaders of South Korea and Russia that will be followed by the G7 meeting on June 8th and 9th in Canada, where Trump is expected to take the lead in international efforts to disarm North Korea. President Moon is also pushing for multilateral talks sometime in June with the two Koreas, the U.S., and possibly China to ensure the success of the North Korea-U.S. summit. Then after the annual UN General Assembly meets in September, there will be a second inter-Korean summit. The two Koreas agreed last week that President Moon would visit Pyongyang sometime this fall. And sometime before the year comes to a close, three-party talks or four-party talks with China will need to be held to formally end a war that's lasted 7 decades. Park Hee-jun, Arirang News.